Hey, what's up everyone? This is Anurag Ray from PestRemovalWarrior.com, and today's topic is about 12 most effective home remedies to get rid of snakes. So the number one way to do that is to get rid of their food supply. So you obviously know that the food is one of the main attraction for any kind of animals, any insects, and even reptiles. So snake is not an exception over here. So if you have a great deal of their great infestation of their food supply, which is mainly like mouse, frogs, in your house, then chances are snakes will try to get into your house to get their food. So it is very important to first stop the infestation of frogs and mouse to get rid of the snakes in the first place. Number two way is to seal cracks and crevices. If you have cracks and crevices in your house, then obviously snakes will try to sneak through that cracks and crevices, because snakes can go through very tiny holes. So don't think that just because you have a tiny hole, snakes can't come through that. Of course, there are different sizes of snakes. In the big sizes of snakes, big size of snakes can't come through the extreme small hole, but small snakes can definitely come through that place. So you need to make sure that all of the cracks and crevices are properly sealed away, and you can do caulking to make them seal away, or you can just seal them away with a proper instrument. Don't just cover it away, you can just cement it also. If the cracks is there in the walls, you can cement it. Or if don't just cover it away with a furniture, just to make sure the cracks are not visible, because snake will still get in through that and then come into your house. So make sure they are sealed properly. The number three way is to clean your drainage. You need to make sure that your drains are clean. Yeah, and especially if the drains are close to your house, then chances are snakes can get in through that place. Snakes are really good in water. They are really fast and really good in water. So if you have proper stagnant water in stagnant and dirty waters in your drain, then snakes can come in through that and get inside your house. So you need to make sure the drains are properly cleansed and have a proper flow. The drainage system is working properly. There are no stagnant water, to make sure. And that's the number 3 point. Number 4 point is to keep your toilets covered. It is very important to keep your toilets covered. Sometimes snakes can come in through that also. Snakes can come in through your toilets because they can get in there, and it's an easy place for them, because especially because the toilets are not is used on a like all the time. People are in their house, where snakes are also scared of humans, so they may not directly enter your house, but they can easily enter from your bathroom, because bathrooms are obviously not always used. So that's why it makes a very big and easy place for snakes to enter through. And also, if it's a monsoon season and if it's raining pretty heavily outside and their holes get covered with water, then chances are snakes can enter your house from your toilet. So you need to make sure that you're covering your toilets, because I had a terrible experience regarding that. Because I had, in the monsoon season, my toilets were not covered, and then a big bag snake just came in through that toilet, and I wasn't even aware. I was just going to the bathroom, and then I saw the snake. We have to do a lot amount of things just to get the snake away from the toilet, because toilets don't really have that much opening to be. So there are some drains, and there are some and then there was windows, but obviously the snakes was not going out through the window, so it was trying to go out from the toilet, but definitely it didn't do that. And so we have to finally just lure him to get out from our drains. So that was a very really big problem, because it can happen to you also. And if that happens, it can become a mess, because if you don't have a proper proper drain in your toilet, then it will become very difficult to get rid of that snake. Number 5 way is to keep pets also are really great in keeping snakes away. If a snake tries to enter your house, if a snake tries to enter your house, and if a pet is there in your house, if let's say if you have a dog, then the dog will immediately start barking. And if if there is a cat, then definitely you can see your cat's behavior, and you can obviously identify that there is something going on. And just because you have a predator like a cat and a dog, they can actually kill the snake also. So that will also make the snake go away from your house on the first place, because they don't want to die obviously. So they may not even encounter the situation unless it's a venomous snake or a very big snake who is just who did really want to get inside your house. The number 6 way is to clean the bushes. So if you have bush near your house, they are not cleaned, they are not maintained properly, the chances are snake will find a home in that place. Snake will stay there as long as they want to stay, and then once they are done from that place, then they will go away. But a bush is a definite good place for a snake, and the chances are that there can be other places like mouse, frogs, who can actually make their own nest, and then snakes may try to feed on them, and then may enter their nest and then eat them and then stay in their nest. So keeping a bush especially uncleaned under this bush may not be a good idea. The number 7 way is to use phenyl. Phenyl works really well in getting rid of snakes from your house. I mean, this is one of the best way that you can use to get rid of the snakes if it enters your house, and if you want to stop snakes from entering your house. So if you want to stop snakes from entering your house, just put the phenyl in your inside in front of your doors, in the windows, so that just by the mere smell of the phenyl, snakes will just run away from your house. And if suppose the snakes have already entered your house, then you can just use the phenyl. You can just mix it with water and just throw it in front of them, and they will just try to run away from that area as fast as possible, because they just can't tolerate the smell of phenyl because it's so damn strong. So this is one of the very best way that you can use to get rid of snakes. The number 8 way is to remove cluster. Cluster is the one of the best hiding spot for snakes. They really love that spot, because if there is more cluster in your house, then snakes can definitely hide in that place, especially if they have entered your house. Because cluster, for example, can be like cardboard boxes, can be like different kind of spaces that you don't use, and snakes love to stay in that place because those are cool dark places, and snakes can just hide in that place, and then when they feel like going away from that place, just get out and just go for and eat their prey and do whatever they want to do. So the number 9 way is to use sulfur. Sulfur also is really extremely well to get rid of snakes. It works really amazingly well, because sulfur is something that makes a snake's skin burn, and whenever you use sulfur in your house, if snakes try to go through that sulfur, their skin will burn, and then they just can't go into that place. They will just run away or go away from that place as soon as possible. So you can use sulfur to get rid of snakes very easily. You can just use the sulfur in front of your doors, much like the phenyl. Just use it in front of the doors, in front of the windows, and that will be enough to get rid of the snake. The number 10 way is to use onion and garlic. Onion and garlic also really works well to keep snakes away. The strong smell from onion and garlic is the number one factor that keeps snakes away. Here is how to use it. Just paste onion and garlic and mix some table salt with it, and then sprinkle it on all of the spaces where you think snakes can come from, especially in front of the windows, in front of your doors, and that will keep snakes away and also stop them from entering your house. And this is one of the natural remedy that you can use. It's very effective and is easily available in your everyone's house, so you can use it very simply and comfortably. The number 11 way is to keep snakes natural predators. Snakes natural predator like raccoon and mongoose can really get rid of snakes. You can keep them as pet. You can just keep them in front of your house, in your garden or wherever. Just if you have them in your place, in front of your place, that is enough to get rid of the snakes. Firstly, the snakes won't come to that place more often because they know they can be targeted by the predator and they can die. That's the number 1 point. And the number 2 point is that even if the snakes comes close to your house or inside your house, these predators, this raccoon and mongoose, can actually kill them and usually get rid of them. This is also really a great solution, but if it is possible, you can do this because it is affordable, and in many places mongoose are usually found and raccoons are usually found. So if you have them in your house, that's a really great way to get rid of snakes. The number 12 way is to use tiles in your house. Tiles also works really well in keeping snakes away. because tiles are really slippery, snakes can't really get in through that place. It's really difficult for snake to just go in through that tiles and travel across your house. So if they face this difficulty, like if they try to enter your house and there are tiles and snakes just doesn't feel comfortable moving around, then they will just go away from that place as soon as possible. So because they don't want to get caught or they don't want to die. So these are the 12 ways that I have mentioned, and if you want to read it in full, that is 21 most effective home remedies to get rid of snakes, visit pestremovalwarrior.com/snakes or visit the link in the description below to read this full article. Thank you.